Hey everyone, Jon Venus here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys what I eat and train in a day. I'm going to be showing you guys 3 meals that I prepared today and also show you guys a nutrient breakdown analysis at the end of the video. So let's jump right into it. So this is the breakfast that we're seeing right now, which is going to be a buckwheat porridge. So we sliced up some apples and threw that into a pot with some raisins as well. Whether you're having buckwheat or oatmeal, having fruits in there like raisins really helps sweeten the whole meal up and also add some extra carbohydrates, which I find really helpful right before going for a heavy workout. So we've been soaking this buckwheat overnight before preparing it. It's always a good idea to soak your grains before using it. Same goes for legumes. So we rinsed that and then mashed up a banana, as you guys have seen me do 1,000 times before on this channel. And when the apples and raisins have been cooking for a little while and softened up a bit in water, I'm going to be adding a little bit of cinnamon. I'm going to be adding the mashed banana in there and then the buckwheat as well, along with some water and also some soy milk or almond milk or any milk of your choice. Then all you got to do is stir a little bit, and within 10 minutes or so, it should be all done. Buckwheat is different to oats in the sense that it has a more nutty flavor, a very different consistency. It's not as calorie dense, so definitely a good option if you're looking to reduce your calories throughout the day. I also added a little bit of raw honey along with some wild blueberries that we picked in the forest here outside. And because I love the contrast between salty and sweet, I added a little bit of salt as well. I also added some peanut butter, although I forgot to show that. With breakfast, I also usually take some cod liver oil, which has DHA, vitamin D3, and also a lot of vitamin A, which is something that I've been optimizing for lately. So this meal filled me up, gave me a ton of energy, and 1 hour later, I decided to go for an intense workout session. So I've been changing up my workout style from a typical bodybuilding routine to a all-inclusive athletic performance routine that encompasses all kinds of things from strength training, bodybuilding, calisthenics, running, soccer, all kinds of sports. And what I'm looking to do is just optimize my performance and just feel as athletic as I can instead of just optimizing for muscle gains, which has taken a toll on my body. As you guys know, I had a herniated disc 2 years ago, and the type of training that I have been doing is not very optimal for reversing those effects. But regardless, I am really happy with how my performance and progress is going. Not only has my endurance gone up a lot, I still feel like my muscle gains have been, on point, and my strength for some reason has just gone through the roof. I'm setting PRs all the time, and that is pretty surprising. So today I want to go through a quick back and shoulder workout with you guys. So I start off with 4 sets of pull-ups after doing some calisthenics outside, which included muscle ups and all kinds of things, just to get my body warmed up and ready for the lifting session. In the last 8 months, I've been experiencing quite a bit of joint pain, which has prevented me from doing muscle ups and pull-ups effectively, and even bicep exercises. So it's been really good getting back to doing them without any pain at all. So my gym sessions are always 100% effort. I always try to go as hard as I can, not because it's necessary, but it's because I feel like that is how I enjoy training the most. I feel like when I'm giving it my all and really pushing myself to the limits and trembling and sweating, I just feel like a beast, and I feel like I am doing something good for myself. So I did some cable lat pull downs, followed by some bent over dumbbell rows, and then I did one of my favorite back exercises, which is the rope pullover. So this one is a little bit unusual. You won't see that many people doing it because it's a little bit harder to feel your lats working in this movement, but I've been doing it for so long that my mind muscle connection on this one is great. So if you haven't tried that one, give it a go, see if it works for you. Once I finish back, I move on to shoulders, starting off with military press, which has been something that my elbow has not been able to do for a while. So I did about 60 kilograms or 135-ish pounds for a couple sets, making sure the form is perfect, my lower back and feet and knees are all stable. And then I just felt like going for a PR, which is 80 kilos or 176 pounds, which was pretty easy. I was trying to keep my form 100%, so I think I could have gone a little heavier. Then I moved on to some single arm Arnold presses, one of my favorite exercises. A little bit trickier with this one to keep your back perfectly straight. So with this one, I go with a lot lower weight than if I was to do a Arnold press with 2 dumbbells sitting down. Then I moved on to one of my favorite shoulder exercises, lateral raises with dumbbells, Really feel this one quite a lot, although some science suggests that it's not the most effective. I definitely find it very useful for myself. And then I finished off the shoulder portion of the workout with some body weight handstand presses, which definitely is way more challenging after the weightlifting session. And then I did a little bit of cardio at the very end just to get some explosive movements in, get a sweat on. I haven't trained MMA for a long time, but using some of those old forgotten skills to get a sweat on was really fun. Then we're jumping into our lunch, which is going to be a kale stir fry. So you're seeing Catherine pick some different types of kale up here with Noah. So we're going to be preparing the stir fry with marinated tofu. So we're going to prepare a homemade marinade here with ginger and garlic that we just grated in this little grater right here. Put that into a bowl along with some soy sauce, a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of honey, and mix it all up, and that's it. Then we just chop up the tofu into small cubes and marinate it into the sauce, mix it up, leave it for a few minutes, and then we're gonna fry them in a pan with a little bit of olive oil for a few minutes while we prepare the kale by de-stemming it. Don't forget to chop up the kale into smaller pieces, as if you just leave the huge leaves on, it's gonna be more challenging and a little bit of a pain in the ass to eat. So I threw the greens on top of the tofu, mixed it all up, and once the kale has kind of shrunken and cooked a little while and softened, the final step is to add a little bit of lemon juice to give that extra vitamin C boost. And the reason why we put it last is just so it doesn't evaporate. So I put everything onto a bowl and I added quite a bit of hemp seeds on top just to give a little extra protein boost, some omegas, and some iron as well. Pretty low carb meal, but extremely delicious, and also a really good way to boost your calcium intake. Then we're going to be moving on to the last meal, which is going to be a gourmet dinner with some wild game meat from the reindeer that we hunted last week. So we're having the reindeer meat. We also made a nice mash out of cauliflower, carrots, potatoes, and celery, and a delicious mushroom sauce made with I think it's called chanterelle mushrooms that were picked in the forest nearby here as well. You can see the variety right here with the meat, with the asparagus, with the mushrooms, with the onions, and the different sauces, the vegetables. This was definitely a treat that the whole family gathered around the table for and enjoyed to its fullest. Anyways, let's get to the nutrient breakdown of this day of eating. So you're seeing here that I got about 2,270 calories, which is not a lot for me. Usually I have a lot more. I actually would have a extra smoothie that would probably be around 600 calories extra, which means my carb intake would be quite a bit higher than 45%, which it is at today. Anyways, you can see here, if you scroll down, you can see here all the vitamins are met without any supplementation apart from the fish oil. And vitamin E is the only one that is at 86%, and I'm not too sure about that because I did have some nuts and seeds, but maybe I didn't have enough for it to go to 100, but that's okay. We don't need to hit 100% every single day of everything. Got a modest 1,500% of B12, so definitely not going B12 deficient anytime soon. 100% of vitamin A, which is not great if it was all coming from retinol, but it's mostly from beta carotene, so that's something to be aware of. Beta carotene will not be as toxic to your body as having 100% of retinol. That's completely different. Scroll down a little bit more, you can see the minerals. I got 114% calcium, which is largely due to the dark leafy greens like asparagus and kale. The milk that I used today was not fortified, so I'm trying to keep everything supplement free today to show you guys a real representation of the food that I was eating. So we got plenty of iron, some of which came from the tofu, most of which came from the venison, plenty of potassium, selenium, and zinc as well. And you can see the protein intake was a very good amount for 2,200 calories, 163 grams. So you can also see the omega-3 and omega-6 right above the protein there. Not too bad of a ratio. I know that people want you to get a 1-to-1 ratio of omega-3s and omega-6, which is pretty much impossible unless you don't eat any oils, any nuts, any seeds, and you're just eating salmon or oily fish or something like that. Anyways, that is it for this day of eating. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know in the comment section below. Let me know which meal you found the most interesting, the one that you're gonna try yourself. If you're not subscribed already, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like to drown out the trolls out there. And as always, I'll see you very soon. Peace out.